As with almost any other year, the nominees are absolutely stacked, but the real appeal is the announcements. There's so little confirmed at this time, and a whole bunch of rumored but plausible titles that could appear. So without further ado, here are our picks for the 15 biggest rumored and confirmed titles. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Remake announcement. By now, there's been so much reported about this remake that we'd be more surprised if the developer didn't officially announce it, given that it's apparently out in March, and is supposedly that unannounced title listed for release this fiscal year. What bigger stage could the developer possibly have in that timeframe? The Ascent developer's next game. Over 4 years is a long time for any developer's next game, especially since Neon Giant was acquired by Krafton in 2022 and confirmed as working on an open-world first-person shooter. Now it's officially set to reveal what's next, teasing that nothing is off-limits. Is this the same title or something new? What does the adorable cat graffiti have to do with anything? We'll find out soon enough. Control Resonant. Based on a recently discovered trademark in Europe, this sounds about as close to a sequel as anything. Could it be film or TV related, especially since it has that agreement with Annapurna Pictures? Probably, but after FBC Firebreak flopping and its CEO stepping down, a sequel announcement could be exactly what's needed to reignite interest. Pragmata. Release date. As one of the big 3 releases in 2026, 4 if the rumored Dead Rising 5 gets announced, Pragmata seems due out for a release date, especially after all the delays. But there's actually a far more realistic reason why. It was recently rated by the GRAC in South Korea. Death Stranding 2 On the Beach PC port. Speaking of age ratings boards playing spoiler, Kojima Productions' latest title is seemingly heading to the PC, according to the ESRB, who rated it M for mature 17+. Shocking, I know. Considering director Hideo Kojima's long history with the awards, and friendship with host Jeff Keighley, this seems almost guaranteed for an announcement. When it will be released is a different matter, but given the original's gap, an early 2026 launch isn't impossible. Resident Evil Requiem reveals Leon. Yes, Resident Evil Requiem promised a deeper dive for early 2026, so what better way to date than to finally reveal the long-rumored Leon S. Kennedy? Even if it keeps that surprise until the game's release, it wouldn't be surprising to see a new gameplay trailer with Grace in combat. If it's good enough to briefly appear in an NHK documentary, surely the Game Awards, especially with a little over 2 months until launch, is sufficient. Onimusha Way of the Sword release date announcement. With Requiem due in February and Pragmata potentially in April/May of next year, why shouldn't Miyamoto Musashi lay claim to July or August? Thus far, Capcom has showcased extensive gameplay, and it's looked pretty well polished, so the summer window would be more due to spacing out its release than anything else. The Duskbloods. It's the Game Awards. It's from Software. An announcement of some kind is almost guaranteed, or at least going by the past several years. With the Duskbloods serving as its next major release, it would certainly make sense to see some new gameplay, maybe even a release window. Jurassic Park Survival Update. While Saber Interactive has provided some recent updates, it's been 3 years since this was announced, at the Game Awards no less. Perhaps all those trailers were subtly leading to this big announcement at this year's show. Maybe John Carpenter's Toxic Commando gets shadow dropped instead. Either way, we'll find out where Jurassic Park stands in terms of its development progress. Star Wars Jedi 3 or Knights of the Old Republic Remake. Fresh off the Twitter feed from insider Kurakasis, a big Star Wars announcement is allegedly coming very soon. He even clarified that it's not for Star Wars Eclipse or Zero Company. What other titles would that leave aside from the next title in the Star Wars Jedi series or Saber Interactive's long-delayed Knights of the Republic remake? Nothing says they can't be announced before the show, but either is plausible. Project Robot. Can you believe it's been 5 years since Gen Design signed its publishing deal with Epic Games for its next title? This doesn't mean Fumito Ueda's Project Robot teased at last year's show has been in the works for that long, but The Last Guardian was released almost 9 years ago. If it's time for an update, then there's no better place. Clockwork Revolution. This one is interesting for several reasons, starting with the extensive gameplay reveal at this year's Xbox Game Showcase. Tightly paced, fairly well polished, seems about right for a release in 2026, right? Microsoft's crowded schedule would have you thinking otherwise, but the LinkedIn profile for Nathan Long, who works as a senior writer and narrative designer, lists it for next year. Given he was involved as of last October, perhaps there's a chance, however slim, that we see it at the show. And a release date announcement wouldn't hurt either. Crimson Desert. While not officially confirmed as of now, the open-world action RPG seems like a no-brainer to appear. A new gameplay trailer is possible. Since it's a regular at Keighley shows and is only a few months away, there's no reason for the developer not to get the marketing train rolling. Silent Hill 2 Born from a Wish announcement. Silent Hill 2 Remake is now on Xbox Series X and S, and Return to Silent Hill is on track for next month. Surely this is the time that Bloober Team reveals the long-rumored Born from a Wish DLC, as insider Dust Golem has claimed for some time now, right? It's honestly hard to say at this point given the sheer number of times it hasn't happened, but we're still holding hope. Whatever that statue is. By now, Bloomberg's Jason Schreier has confirmed that this mysterious status isn't related to Diablo 4's next expansion or The Elder Scrolls 6. So unless Gordon Freeman ventures to a strange medieval fantasy-like dimension in Half-Life 3, or Hasbro announced Baldur's Gate 4, or From Software announces Elden Ring 2, it's anyone's guess what this could be. Possible appearances. Silent Hill 1 Remake may seem like a long shot, but if rumors about development starting about 3 years ago are true, it wouldn't be surprising to see a teaser. Silent Hill Townfall may also finally emerge from the fog to announce a release date, especially after a retailer listing indicated a launch in March. Clockwork Revolution may not be the only title that Microsoft brings to the show. It may very well have something Fable-related, if only to assuage concerns about its progress. Gears of War E-Day is probably a safer bet, since we've seen nothing on it since June of 2024, but Microsoft could be saving that for its next developer direct. There's always that rumored Starfield PS5 port and the second expansion, especially given the recent teasers for the latter. It wouldn't be surprising to see 007 First Light receive some stunning new gameplay. Again, it's only a few months out from release, but otherwise, the rest of the show is really anyone's guess. What do you think could appear? Sound off in the comments below. Hey, did you know that we at Gaming Bolt upload new videos every day? Stick around, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future with a comment below.